Now let's try example 3. In this picture, we're given two congruent rectangular prisms. And the first question asks, what does the L represent in the first diagram? That represents the length of the rectangular prism. Then the W, what does the W represent in the first diagram? It represents the width of the rectangular prism. And then what does the H represent? That represents the height of the rectangular prism. It says now, since we know the formula to find the volume is length times width times height, what number can we substitute for the L in the formula, and why? Well, if these rectangular prisms are congruent, we could substitute a 6 in there for L, because those are matching dimensions. All right, so we can say 6, it corresponds with the dimension labeled L. And then what other number can we substitute for the L? No other number, because the other numbers don't correspond to the same exact dimension. You can see the W doesn't, or the 2 matches with the W, the 8 matches with the 8, but neither one of those match with the L. What can we substitute for the W? Okay, 2, because it corresponds with the W. And then what can we substitute for H? This is on the next page in the formula. We can substitute the 8 in there. Now they want us to determine the volume of the second right rectangular prism by replacing the letters in the formula with their appropriate numbers. So if we use the equation V equals L times W times H, which represent volume equals length times width times height, we can substitute those values, 6 for the length, 2 for the width, and 8 for the height, and then we can solve it using a calculator. We should get a total volume of 96. Now with volume, we measure in cubic units, little cube stacked in there, so we would say 96 centimeters cubed, exponent 3.